Andrew, do you know who Chase Young is?
Yeah, of course.
No. My point is, I don't either.
Before I said that Cade Cunningham would never be an All-Star, and I just wanted to double down on that.
Oh,
I just
We're back
What's going
with
on
another.
with Mike's video?
I know.
Oh man, football is back. Let's go. We're gonna go over some of this fantasy football stuff. So if you've done your draft or you watched us draft live, you'll know what we're talking about. Let's go. Oh, what's going on, Jam Squad? I'm MK. I'm your host. I'm here with Tesla Base, John M83, and little bro. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on? What's going on?
Just lost Tesla Mace.
I'm back.
And
What's up, guys?
Yay! There's John. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What's up?
It must be football season.
Yes,
Because Drew
sir.
is nowhere to be found. What is going on? Why is it when we start with the NBA, Drew shows up on time, and then all of a sudden, NFL comes around the corner, and all the excuses come out? What's the deal? I mean, he auto drafted, so he shouldn't have anything to complain about, right?
He should comment pretty soon when I start saying the Lakers suck. Lakers suck, Drew. Come here to defend them. They're getting worse.
I love it. I love it. Hey, if you're watching us live, make sure you let us know in the comments. Say hi. We'd love to get to know you. And we'll participate, man. Participate in as part of the show. He must be viewing right now. I see the numbers going off. How's the week in sports? What's been standing out to you guys lately?
Well, our receiver got shot twice, but so yeah, no, I shouldn't have said it like that. I'm sorry. I'm very excited that he's okay, right? But holy smokes! So he gets shot twice in the chest, but I don't know. I was reading that he was the one that might have tagged the other guy. So glad that he's okay. Yeah, he's a hero, so that's cool. But really hope that he can A, get better, and then B, hopefully see the playing field sometime. But while we're on the subject real quick, I wanted to send this to you, Mike, and I didn't send it fast enough. But it was a storyline of Ricky Pearsall and what he did, and he got shot twice, but he might be seen on the field later on this year, right? And then it had another clip that was Michael Thomas, and he stubbed his toe on the coffee table 3 years ago, and he hasn't seen the field since. So,
What did he say?
Yeah.
So let me go on record by saying, like, I think it was like 15 episodes ago that I said, why did we draft this guy? And I just want to be an Andrew and go on record and double down on that statement. Like, why did we draft this guy? I mean, let's just call it what it is. Like, he was already not practicing. Like, this was weird. What was going on even prior to this? Like, I almost feel like the gunshot thing's like a little stage. Like,
Sure.
There was no reason why he wasn't practicing, just a non-football injury. Well, now it's really a non-football injury. So, like, what was going on the last, 6 weeks? Because I never got any clarification on that.
So here's something that I feel like is a huge problem for our team. And if for those who don't know and can't see behind me, we're 49er fans out there. So the one thing I think that we have problems with from a front office standpoint is we get people with issues. And usually they're health issues, right? Joe Williams never saw the field. I know there's another running back, Marcus Lattimore, never saw the field, right? So I don't know why we continue to get folks that either might have some issues, both outside of football world or physically injured, for whatever the reason is. But I don't know, man. We always take a flyer on somebody every year, and it doesn't seem to pan out for us. Just kind of wish it wasn't our first round.
Trey Lance is listening, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm just like, I don't understand why we got him. I mean, I kind of said if we get a receiver, like I'm a blow up, and so they're really testing my patience right now. Like, I just don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it. And then you go and re-sign Ayuk. Like it makes me not get it that much more. Like I just don't understand. And still nothing on Trent Williams. So, I mean, what are we doing? Like, really, what, we want to repeat a Super Bowl, get to the Super Bowl, NFC champions. Like, we're not starting pretty good. And McCaffrey's kind of banged up too, from what I'm hearing too.
Yeah. So McCaffrey probably, he might be a scratch week 1. I don't know yet. It still makes me nervous, but, with the Ayuk deal,
I drafted him number 1 in our other league.
That's right. But you were kind of smug about it, so I still kind of smile about that. But either way, but the Ayuk deal did free up some some front end capital this year. So we're at, I think, 24 million in cap space, and so it would be nice to see if we did get that extension for Trent, that we front load his money, this year and next, because this specific year, I guess I would say year 1 and 2, because this specific year he would still be signed. We're just looking for an extension. But it would be great to see the money kind of flow up front versus on the back end, like most contracts do. But we'll see.
Mike, you said, what are we doing? I think they're testing your patience, like you said. Speaking of testing your patience, man. I know I'm gonna hear all the excuses come out when we talk about this draft going on. Stoddard, if you're watching, man, got the best draft grade of our league. Shout out to the guys who have
grades
joined.
Mean nothing, man. Draft grade, you're wasting our show time. You're wasting our show
Let's
time.
keep going. Oh my gosh, wait, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I got
7,
that A, by the way. So.
8, 9. Oh, 10 with a D plus, Mike.
Hey, I got 10. That's pretty good. That's pretty good considering my first 3 picks were me and everything else wasn't. So, yeah, I was at SeaWorld. I was with the kids, and when I got to play in the little basketball game and got distracted after I picked up Devon Achin, and then the rest is history. Somehow I got a quarterback in the next round. You guys know me and my quarterback situation. I definitely do not draft one that early. I'd imagine that's where the draft started going bad. I mean, what's my report? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Amari Cooper, Terry McLaurin.
I'll go to your roster here. Here we go. We'll go to the roster. Let's see. Fish.
Yeah, I'm literally starting Romeo. I'm really starting Tony Pollard. That's ridiculous.
You got Dak. That'll get you some points.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Man, I got 2 tight ends. I drafted Luke Musgrave, apparently. I drafted a defense. I mean, when have I ever drafted a defense? Oh man, I just looked. I got 2 kickers. Why do I need 2 kickers? The heck? Is this for real?
Oh my god! This is great that you haven't even seen your team. This
I
makes
love
me
it.
so happy
I never
right
scroll
now.
down. I never scroll down to the kickers. Why do I need 2 kickers?
In case one gets hurt.
Yeah, there's like, did I pick up the backup? Oh
looks like you're in need of some wide receiver help, my guy. If you need wide receivers, I am more than happy to.
No, I
to
need
trade
running
you.
backs. All I got is Saquon and Achan, and I'm starting Tony Pollard. I mean, come on. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah. Let's just say that that game was pretty costly. Apparently, did it for my niece. It was her birthday, so.
No, I knew something was up. When I'm like, you went quarterback super early. All of a sudden, you drafted defense. I know you never going to draft defense, and then you took two kickers, and I was like, oh. I'm talking about this on the podcast. I'm not even going to tell him when I see him, but I'm talking.
What do you have my order right there?
Huh?
Do you have the order of the draft?
Oh, yes, I
it?
do. Let me scroll back up. Here you go. I'll go with the overview and come back over to your C plus or D plus, C plus, D plus,
D plus. Not an F.
Right. So you went Saquon,
okay.
Achan, and then Amari Cooper went 3.
Okay.
Scary Terry.
That's fine.
4. Dak at 5.
Even Dak's fine.
5.
That's where I'm messed
Pollard
up right
around 6.
See, I think if that was me, I would have got another running back instead of Dak, and then maybe got a quarterback in round 6 since we have like 50 teams. Definitely would not have drafted a tight end. Definitely would not have drafted a
Luke
defense.
so high.
Wow.
And then Romeo Dobbs right after that, around 9.
I think I jumped in on that one. I drafted Dobbs and Brooks myself. And then I was done.
Another kicker around 11.
And then Brooks is NFL, NFI, what is it? Whatever it is.
Yeah,
non-football injury.
Yeah, that kills me too.
He'll be all right. He comes back after like 4 weeks, I think, though.
Bro, he went.
Wow.
Will Levis, round 13.
Yeah, I got a second QB. I mean, that's. Yeah, this is stupid.
Bro, did you pick up?
Man, I should have told you we shouldn't have done it Saturday night. I meant to say it, but I didn't want to mess everyone else up. But it's all right. I'll figure out a way to make the playoffs and still win.
Hey. No, I'm evening out the score this time. I'm evening it out.
I didn't even look at the divisions yet. Whose division am I
in? All right.
I'm on the bottom division.
Here we go. Division 1 is going to be me, Fish Sandwiches, my buddy out in Alaska. Then you, Tesla.
Oh, I thought you were doing 4 divisions.
Yeah, but the 4 divisions wouldn't have there weren't enough teams. If we would have had 20 teams, we would have had enough just to even out the playing field.
How many we got? 16?
Well, yeah, we got 16.
You could have done 4 and 4 though, and then top.
If I would have forced the division.
Oh.
So here the division will give us, 8 teams per division. I want to say the way I have it set up, it's the top 3 will go to playoffs.
That's easy. All right. Yeah, I'm still gonna win this
thing. You'll definitely win top 3 with Super Sole.
May not win the first 3 weeks. Division. I'll tell you that. I need to deprioritize my waivers. All right. I'll look at how the waivers work. I'll make things happen.
It'll be the first year I've done divisions. Like usually I just go, just straight head to head. I wanted to even. Do we just
play our division only then, or no? Do we play?
I think we play everybody. But the scoring itself, the records itself, will be per division. So you could, essentially.
Do we have the rule on waivers?
What do you
how
mean?
Waivers work? Like, is it?
I think they
inverse order of standings, right?
I believe so.
But does it reset every week? So if I use
I think it resets every week, and then if you end up using your waiver, then it kicks you down to the bottom.
Got it. But just for that week, if I lose and I get the least amount of points, week 2 I would be number 1 again, right?
I believe so, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
Speaking of rosters, where did I go here? No, Mo, you didn't do any better at your C minus. You were on live, weren't you? Or did you have that auto draft?
I had auto draft for a while. I missed my first pick.
You got Justin Jefferson. You'll be fine with a non-JJ McCarthy throwing to him. Who ended up taking? I'll go to the actual rosters. Who ended up taking Neighbors? I'm interested in Neighbors like fantasy. Let's see output, because he's so dependent on Daniel Jones. I mean, like Daniel Jones is not it necessarily.
No, he's not.
And so as amazing as Malik Neighbors may be as a receiver, like he's still dependent on the types of throws he's going to end up getting with Daniel Jones at the helm. They still got DeVito though, right?
Yeah, but I would say after watching some of the preseason and some of their practices, I hope Daniel Jones has shook off the rust. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, would you trust Malik Neighbors as your wide receiver too?
Well, yeah, but the thing is I mean, the ball's got to get there. So like when we talk about receiver, and even so a number 2 specifically, right? 5-yard radius. If I put my arms out all the way up, all the way out, right? 5-yard radius is wherever the ball should be thrown within 5 yards. There's probably a pretty good chance that ball's going to get caught. I'm still nervous about that rule with Daniel Jones. And the farther you get out past 15 yards, the scarier that is. And if anyone, again, I don't know if we got any Giants fans out there, so I really try to give specifics and be as fair as possible. Go watch some of those practices, man, because they're pretty scary.
They're terrible.
This season, I think this is probably one of the worst practice seasons he's had in a while. And it's weird because usually as you get older, in my opinion, you guys are coaches. I'm not, but I do think you kind of get a little better as you go, right? You would at least think, or the rhythm kind of gets you there, right? It doesn't seem like that went very well from a practice and preseason standpoint for him.
Practice does not make perfect. I'll quote me on that. Practice does not make perfect. What it does make is it makes permanent. So whatever Daniel Jones is not practicing is also what's showing, right?
Okay.
Just because you practice doesn't mean you're gonna get better. I mean, you should, but if you're just loafing it in practice, you're gonna end up loafing it in the game. What's that?
Can you shut off that other screen?
Which other one?
The one that's distracting me with the draft, that terrible draft.
Oh, you mean the one that has your roster on here?
Andrew to block that. I'd take Andrew right now to block that thing if possible.
Oh my gosh. Here, I'll put up here's round 1. I mean, this is the great part of having this many teams. Like, there's going to be a lot of games going on each week, a lot of matchups just to kind of keep an eye on. You're going to have to keep an eye on.
I want to start 0-3. I'll tell you that right now.
You want to start 0-3?
If I start 0-3, I'm gonna win this thing.
Why you say that?
Who's throw them?
Because then I'll get some good waiver pickups when someone gets injured. He's on my team, and now I got a whole new team. That's
okay, so let me run through the roster real quick because
I'm gonna start both my kickers week 1.
So MK obviously is me. Autumn Wind, that's Jake. Then we got Let's Football. That's Drewski. Then Stoddard, obviously. Fish Sandwiches is my buddy out in Alaska. This is Super Soleil. Coach Matchless is my buddy out in Seattle. That's Mitch. Steeman, that's Richie. Then we got you, Tesla. This is my other buddy in Seattle. He's
He called championship already. Just
Oh
as
my
an FYI to
gosh.
everybody.
yeah. He said he's gonna wipe the league. He says that every year. Pretty sure the first year we did the draft or whatever, he would Yahoo
I'm
gave
pretty
him
sure
an
I'm
F.
looking at his team right now, and he doesn't even have the backup to Christian McCaffrey. So
But what he was expecting, Mike, was to get Aaron Rodgers on his team. So-
Yeah,
yeah,
he
that
was
was that
expecting
guy.
Aaron Rodgers. He wants Aaron Rodgers going to win
I
MVP.
muted him after he said that. So
Let's see, and then throw over the mountains. That's my uncle.
I mean, he's got Russell Wilson, Sam Darnold, and Kirk Cousins. Yeah, I love playing this guy week 1.
I
Tell
love
me
it.
he's in my division.
I think he is. I think he is in our division.
Alright,
I'll put the division back up. Then we have, let's see, throw over in the mountains. That's my uncle. That's Uncle Moses. Then we got little bro over here with normal. I'm assuming that was supposed to say burrow and not borrow. Mandrew, that's my buddy out in Eastern Washington, Tri-Cities. What's up? Fantasy Killers, my buddy at work. Obviously the J and Jams. The J and Jams.
That's right, baby.
Ooh wee. Mr. John M83 himself. And then D-Rec is Betsy's brother-in-law. All right. Let's see here. So if I go, we'll go back up to the league. Oh, here we go. Here's your divisions. Here's who you need to worry about. You ain't getting over me.
so I
I'll tell
see
you that right now.
John's an Indianapolis fan apparently this year, huh?
I told
Michael
you my whole
Pittman,
strategy. I told
Anthony
you my strategy for the
Richardson,
They have
Jonathan
the easiest
Taylor.
schedule of the league. They have
I
the
hope I
easiest
play
schedule
you.
this year.
I hope I play you on a bye week.
Mike, I hope you do too. I really do. We'll put something extra on that too, just so you know.
No, I ain't
Yeah.
putting nothing. In our other league, I'll put something on it. This league, I ain't putting nothing on it. That's why I wasn't there when I was at SeaWorld.
Okay, all right. I'm just checking.
That other league, I can't wait to play you. Especially after you called me out and said, "Man, I don't know why you did this." All right, we'll find out.
There's
with your backup quarterbacks at the end too. Yeah, buddy.
Hey, I won't need a backup quarterback when it's all said and done. You guys will be dropping them by week 3. So you're gonna want that extra roster spot for one of my 8 running backs I got.
I ain't trading you for a kicker. I'll tell you that.
I ain't offering. I'm waiting for you to drop them. Watch.
John, here's your roster as it stands right now. You got Anthony Richardson, Michael Pittman, Jonathan Taylor. That's very Indianapolis heavy.
He's got the whole AFC South. Look at that. Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne. What the heck? You only go. You trying to not watch many games on Sunday? Is that why you picked all the guys from 2 teams? Heck,
Just a few, baby.
They play each other twice this year. All you gotta do is watch one game the whole day.
You're right, and I'll start them both. I'm okay with that.
He said,
you probably got Gardner Minshew as a backup, thinking he was still in Jacksonville too.
I didn't go that deep. Brother.
He's trying a new strategy. Trying the new strategy. Nomo, do you need to see your roster? This is the first time you watching.
Roster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just throwing everything, all the chips in with Caleb Williams, huh?
Kind of. I got
You
Lawrence
got Caleb
too.
Williams?
Yeah.
He got Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence. You did all right with that. I mean, Justin Jefferson will get you some points. Tyler Lockett, I actually like him in fantasy over DK. Who do you have? Oh, Buffalo, Dustin Hopkins. Okay, maybe. Nico Collins will get you some stuff. Evan Ingram will probably get you some stuff. But if I were you, I would have doubled down. Keep that Trevor Lawrence in there.
How the heck would it draft? I don't know why it would draft 2 kickers. That's a stupid league.
Dude, we did. Oh, so yeah, we
Make
had
sure we
16
let-
teams, right? 16 teams. Dude, that draft went just over an hour. That was it.
Yeah, that was killer.
I had already emptied 2 spots because I'm like, why the heck did they auto draft me? Derek Carr and who else did they drafted me somebody else, and I was like, there's no way I need any of those. Like, why did you bring me another tight end? I don't need another tight end. So I already ended up dropping them. I don't know, Mike. You're not winning our division. I'll tell you that.
I don't need to. I just gotta finish top 3.
I mean, look at the receivers I got on my bench. Come on.
Who's your team?
MK. What
Oh,
do you mean?
MK?
Who's my team? Yeah.
All right, let me look.
I got Lamar Jackson. It's on the screen. Garrett Wilson, Debo, Samir White. Like, I ended up, by the time the running backs got back up to me, they were so slim. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, Zamir White's gonna be the top choice of these running backs. This is crazy. And then Tajay Spears, man. So I'm really hoping Pollard gets hurt so Tajay gets all the reps. I got Gabe Davis, Keon Coleman, and Christian Watson just
Hey,
sitting on the
I'll
bench.
trade you for Chubb.
No, I need Chubb.
You ain't even playing him. He's on the pup.
Well, for now,
All
that was
right.
my sleeper pick. Everybody left
I'll
him on
trade
there.
you for.
I think
Man, I don't want any of those receivers.
You don't want Zay Flowers?
Nah, I got him in my other league.
You can cheer for him twice. Come on,
No,
you know you want
he's
to
on
do it.
Baltimore.
You know you want to do it.
Only guy I want from your team is Chubb.
My bad. Let's see.
That's all I
We're
want.
gonna start another draft right now.
I know, right?
Well, we got to see
Yeah.
Drew's team. I'm gonna take a look at mine real quick. Hold on.
Here you go.
He said he drafted the whole team.
So he
No,
went Burrow.
he didn't.
He didn't draft the whole thing. That whole
That's
thing
what he
was.
told me.
way.
He said he was there he drafted the whole thing by himself.
There's no way.
He's actually got a decent team.
He does have a decent team. He picked up Swift right before I wanted to take him. Literally that same round, I was like, oh my gosh, that was like 3 picks or something, 2 picks before me.
John? Who's the guy on Washington that I'm thinking? Oh, he ain't there. Who's the guy on
John
Washington
Dawson?
that Brian Robinson, was that his name?
yeah,
Who shot himself?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the guy I keep comparing Ricky Parcells to or whatever.
Drew's, he said he's in the queue.
No, don't let him on. He's 30 minutes late and he's not even on a cruise. He's gonna be on the next 2 weeks.
Hey, way to speak up for his
Guys,
team.
come on. I actually did draft every single
I
one.
told you. I told you he did.
I thought you said you did it. You said that. You said
So-
that you were at the recital on that.
I was
Hey,
at the
I
damn
I
going
think
on.
Drew. I think Drew
okay.
has a solid team. That's why we were so shocked that he drafted.
Here's the thing. So there was a few times where I looked down and I was like, "Oh, I'm on the clock," and I did not know who to pick next. And there's a few times, I was wanted to pick somebody, and then somebody grabbed me before me, and so I was like, "Oh crap!" So I'm like, last minute research on every single one of those picks, man. So we'll see how I go.
You got some good guys, Drew. I'm gonna be honest. I like your team. I'll trade
So
you teams.
I like to pick guys who I think are a little undervalued, but that's why I got such a bad draft score, because I picked some guys higher than what they were rated or whatever. But I think they're gonna do well, and then you gotta I look at their situations. If you pick up a guy with a lot of offense, a receiver, then he's gonna get more shots, and you know what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's just how I look at it. But
you're fine.
Let's look at what division Drew is.
But I did
in.
pick Joe Burrow over Dak, guys. So that's my biggest risk.
Oh, you and John are in the same division.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
What round did you pick Burrow?
He might have been my 4th pick or 5th.
Here you
I
go.
don't remember.
Here you go. He
Okay,
went Marvin
so
Harrison Jr.
1.
number 1, Drake London 2, George Kittle 3, Burrow 4,
Yeah, 4th.
Swift in round 5,
there just wasn't like when I got to the 4th pick, I was looking for a running back, but there wasn't anyone that was like, I don't know. And then some of the quarterbacks were getting picked up already, some of the better ones. So I was like, you know what, I'll grab Burrow. And then because I took Burrow, you got Dak, Mike. So
nice. I'm pretty sure who was rated higher because that's who my computer picked.
I'm gonna be real with you right now.
Dak was rated higher.
What I really wanted, as soon as I saw Drew take Joe Burrow, I wanted Mike to take Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor
So
Lawrence.
did I,
Because
man.
this battle of between Burrow and Lawrence on this podcast is unreal.
It is real. It is
Listen,
real, folks.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase did not practice today, and he's still holding out. So, and he wants to be paid 1 penny more than Justin Jefferson.
I was gonna say it, Mike. I was gonna
And
say
let's
it.
not forget, like we keep comparing. Like since we're gonna go there, we're gonna compare Trevor Lawrence to Joe Burrow. Let's not forget, Joe Burrow had freaking T. Higgins, had Jamar Chase, and then they had who's the other wide receiver that I'm thinking about that they just let go. Another solid receiver in Cincinnati. And
Boyd. Tyler
yeah,
Boyd was there.
Tyler Boyd, right? From TCU. And so, my boy Trevor Lawrence had a year off Calvin Ridley, right?
Can I just
a Christian Kirk who
hold up though.
Yeah.
I had Jamar Chase all last season. And
we're not talking about Jamar Chase. We're talking about weapons.
Listen. You're talking about these amazing wide receivers that Joe Burrow has. So let me get my point out. My point is this:
you're going to argue the receivers on Cincinnati are not better than Jacksonville, because you're going to get kicked off if you follow that. Like,
my point is, I think Jamar Chase is a great receiver, but when Joe Burrow was injured and not playing, he was one of the worst fantasy receivers on my team. That's all I gotta say. Because he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't getting a lot of catches. He wasn't getting yards. And as soon as Joe Burrow came back in the lineup, all of a sudden Jamar Chase was like my all-star best fantasy wide receiver. And it's just like, okay, so it's not. I'm just saying it's not all about he had the better receivers. Joe Burrow's just a better quarterback.
It is exactly that he had the better receivers.
But I would say,
why are they doing nothing with the backup quarterback?
The point is proven now because Jamar Chase isn't even going to play, so it's not a big deal right now.
T. Higgins is still, in my opinion, T. Higgins is still better than Christian Kirk. Jacksonville has not done a good job surrounding him with receivers. When Evan Ingram, your tight end, is your best receiver, it's probably not, and he hasn't even lived up to his full potential, even when he was with the Giants, right? Like I'm just saying, you switch the teams, and you give Trevor Lawrence a much better chance to win with those receivers, with those weapons.
You switch the teams, and
Burrow
all of a
did have
sudden
Mixon.
Jacksonville has the better receivers. That's all I gotta say.
He did have Mixon, CJ Uzoma.
Yeah.
Right. Like he definitely did.
Very underrated, CJ. Very underrated.
I'm just saying, a lot of quarterbacks make receivers a lot better than they really are.
You're absolutely right. Well,
just think about just think about the greats. There's amazing quarterbacks.
Andrew, that's not a fair comparison. Like this guy was still a top 15 receiver, even with the backup quarterback who does not start in the NFL. Like, we're not saying that he's on a crappy team with a decent quarterback. You got the number one and number 2 receiver in the game. Like, he is. Like, you can't say that Burrow's the one that makes him who he is. Justin Jefferson had a down year last year when Kirk Cousins got injured. He's still the number 1 receiver in the game. Like, yes, he's not going to put up the numbers that he will, especially for fantasy when you have your starting quarterback. But that doesn't mean he's still not a stud. Like what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. I'm not knocking him like that. You're right.
Jamar Chase is one of the top 5 receivers, top 4, top 3 even receivers in the game. Period. I don't care who his quarterback is. You're right. Obviously, you have a good quarterback. Situation is that much better, right? But the reality is he's still a top 3 receiver in the league.
Just out of curiosity, I want to say, oh snap, who dey? They paid Chase Thursday night during the Chiefs game. Yeah, sure. We have some questions.
That extra penny for him?
Super Soleil, we are very curious as to why are you taking, man, you got Herbert and Stafford?
I was just looking at that. Sounds like your guys are the ESPN league, taking 2 solid quarterbacks.
How do you think you're gonna fare this year, Super Soleil, with your
Dude,
squad?
he really did get Higgins, Chase Brown, and then Minkson because he used to be on Cincinnati.
Oh, and then he's got Cincinnati's D and Cincinnati's kicker. So I mean,
He's got Kelsey and Kincaid too. Wow,
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
interesting. That is cool.
Getting 2 solid quarterbacks, though, kind of, it's almost like hurting somebody else more than it's helping him. Like with 16 different people.
Mike
Yeah.
would know that.
First,
Mike would know
that's
that
the
from
first
our
thing you
live
said
draft.
today. That's the best thing you've said today.
I mean, like I
Say
thought
that again.
about that.
Say that again to Mike and John. Say that again to Mike and John.
I'm
Say
just
it.
saying, like with 16 people in there, there's only probably 15 quarterbacks that are like gonna make a difference for you. The rest are good; they'll get you points or whatever, but they're not gonna be like a stud on your team. So
Drew, I just want to follow up by saying, and this really isn't to you, it's to anybody else who's listening that's named Tesla Mace, but if you wait until round 14 to pick a quarterback, you might not get who you want. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Even in a
Drew,
10
so
team
this
10
is to
team
you,
league.
Drew, but it's also to everyone else on this podcast. If you draft Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, do you need a second quarterback on your team? Like realistically, are you not just wasting a roster spot because that guy's never going to play for you except 1 week when he's on bye or if he gets injured? And if he gets injured, your season's probably done.
I'm just gonna play with the best matchup. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Exactly.
No, okay,
That's my
you are
point,
not.
too.
Okay,
Oh my
I want to
goodness,
see.
yes.
Then if that's the case, then you wasted a second or third round pick on that guy. If you're telling me, rather than start like my second and third round pick are playing week in week out for me. I'm not gonna go with the best matchup. I'm playing them week in week out. So
I just
if
like
you
how
go all the
mad you
way,
are. It makes me happy.
no, this is
Oh my goodness.
and Bryce
Wait, hold
Young,
up.
like Bryce Young.
He's gonna pop off this year.
Yeah.
No. That's
Pop
not
off the
happening.
field,
He's
maybe.
got to see over his line of scrimmage first, my friend, before Bryce Young pops
I think he meant to say hop off and he forgot the word field at the end.
Yeah, the only thing that Bryce Young is gonna pop off is his helmet when
Yeah.
on
When he
third
throws
down.
an interception.
It's the only thing that's gonna pop off. Water. I need water.
Okay,
Hey,
Too
two
much.
more.
Absolutely too
I love
much.
how it says 2 more days, 19 hours, 43 minutes, and 33 seconds. That I cannot wait for. And this week, we got Thursday, we got Friday, we got Sunday, we got Monday.
Yeah.
But there's only one game Monday, right?
Yes.
It's okay. That's okay.
Let's go.
It's the game we want. It's the game we
That's
want. 1-0.
Hey, I'm excited.
As you can
I'll
see,
ask
Mike
about this
is
later, never mind.
very passionate about other people taking more than one quarterback.
Cardinals fan. Y'all should have Scarlet 8 on you.
I'll wear it all day, baby. 18 weeks I'll wear it. Not a problem.
You'll wear it when you're behind me in the standings too.
I'm gonna hit up Juszczyk's wife to make me a jacket that has Lamar Jackson on one side and then Tua on the other.
Just as a reminder, because somebody
And I
here
wired
didn't
it
get
every
Tua,
live
so-
draft. I'll be like, hey, I'm coming in.
Or
Just a
Jared
mace.
Goff.
Listen, you said it, John. Goff was a number 5 receiver last year, and you got him in the 14th round. So
Yep.
that in itself explains why I waited until the 14th round to get the guy.
Oh,
It just
definitely.
makes me happy that you didn't get him. That's okay, Mike. It's okay.
It's all
The whole
good.
point
It's all
was
good.
that
When
you
did we-
didn't get him?
When did we
I'll be
actually
just
take
fine.
quarterbacks? Do you remember? I think it was like round 4, right? When the round 4, when all the quarterbacks
I don't know,
started
but I know
going.
you guys got 2 of the best. So
Josh Allen went off the board quick, and I'm like, oh, man. Well, Patrick Mahomes there. Someone's going to get him quick. So then I went, and then you got Lamar Jackson, and then all of a sudden it was a quarterback running like round 3 or 4. It was crazy.
That's why
And
I
then-
picked mine. I was waiting until somebody started
Andrew.
grabbing them.
if you see 8 out of 10 teams have a quarterback, right? Aren't you gonna wait like for the next 5 rounds? Because it, like you said, it does not matter if you get Justin Herbert or Tua Tagovailoa or Matthew Stafford or someone. It does not matter. But then,
too
Oh
funny.
but then
my gosh.
those same people start
yeah.
drafting a second quarterback and a third quarterback. Like what's going on here?
Oh well,
Hey,
when
You have-
someone gets a
I'm
third
saying.
quarterback, that's not me.
You have one roster position. Like you wasted number 3 or 4 if you're putting in number 14.
Oh, it's too much. It's too much. You know what I would thoroughly enjoy. I would thoroughly enjoy a live
I'm gonna
draft
change my name right
with
now.
you,
Actually,
with with
you
you
took my
and
quarterback.
Drew in the same room arguing about who's taking who. That'd be awesome. Eventually, we'll end up doing it. We'll do a live draft.
All right, look at my
I
team
got
name now and that.
I got to make
There
it
you go.
happen. Oh, what? Did
Is
you
it
change
called
it?
last round quarterbacks?
No,
Who drafts 2? Wait, where you at? First to last place. You changed it already?
oh no,
I
that's the
didn't say.
Yahoo one. I didn't change the Yahoo one.
Oh,
Yahoo
you
one,
changed
I
the other
should
one.
change my name to. My pick was. These were not my picks.
Auto Draft Central. Too funny.
Oh,
Absolutely
man.
too funny. Super Zole, what's going on with you? You Bengals winning game week 1 and only winning week 1.
Ooh.
Who are they playing week 1? I don't even know.
And then
I
I'll
don't
add to
even
that
know.
too. So Super Soleil, can the Bengals hang on if Jamar Chase, sits a couple weeks and is waiting for this extension? Can the Bengals, without Mixon, without a couple other players that has moved on, can they hold the fort until Jamar Chase is in?
Ooh, can they? Can they? That's a very good question. Very good question. What's the matchup for week 1 that you guys are looking forward to? We're talking real schedule now.
Well, hold up. I gotta respond to John though.
Go
The
ahead.
answer to his question is the same as this question. Is Joe Burrow playing? Yes. All right. Bengals will be all right. That's all it's gonna be. They'll be just fine.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh,
You
ooh.
guys will see, man. I'm telling you.
So are you saying that Cincinnati's your new team, or is that this year's team? That's why
I better
Yeah,
see
no,
that. I better see that
Stand on it,
background
big
next
guy.
week.
Stand on it,
That's what I
big
was-
guy.
He won't be
Bengals.
here next week.
I'm gonna be wearing
Angie-
tiger print shirts.
Angie will not be here next week.
You might as well call me the Tiger King.
And if he wears tiger print shirts, he will not be here the following week.
If the Bengals win week 1, okay, here we go. I want to hear.
Listen,
what's
the
the
Bengals.
bet?
Let's not forget the Bengals play the Patriots week 1. So, like,
Oh, there you
that's
go.
my.
Okay.
That's literally
Okay.
my lock of the year is picking the Bengals. So
Okay.
let's not get carried away when they beat the Patriots. And
Who's
if they don't
who's
beat the
Trevor Lawrence
Patriots,
playing? Oh, they play Dolphins.
Jacksonville. Yeah, that should be a good game.
That's a good game
Who's
right there.
gonna have a better stat line, Burrow or Trevor Lawrence?
Burrow.
Week 1, Burrow.
Burrow.
I don't even
You
know
going
who's going to
Burrow?
throw to. But it
No,
doesn't matter.
Jacksonville. I say Trevor Lawrence will have a better week 1. Just because a higher scoring game, right?
Drew, are you going Burrow?
I was gonna say a similar thing is that with Miami, they're gonna be a high scoring game, but I actually don't even know what to expect from the Patriots. I don't even know who they are, honestly. at
Expect
this
the
point.
number
Nothing
one.
much.
Expect the number 1 pick.
What?
Expect them to have the number 1 pick.
Yeah, that's I get it.
They're
I'm just
gonna-
saying, like, I don't even know their identity. Is my point. I don't know.
Show
Are they a
Shador
defensive team?
Sanders
Are they have
next year?
offensive? Like,
Shador
they're just like
Sanders?
no identity team. Like,
Let me show these comments. The Super Soul is cracking me up over there. He said, "Oh, that's a good question, and we're planning to pay him anyways. That's why T hasn't been paid, but I don't think they're expecting it this year. Yeah, they need Jamar and T to win a Super Bowl.
Yep, I hear you.
And what was cracking me up is that we really need to go. Hope we go balls to the wall this year and go all in. We have high quality depth and a lack of star power. You ain't going to the Super Bowl. That's just not happening. I don't see it. So here we go. So are you taking Burrow, Drew, or are you taking taking
I'm
Trevor
taking
Lawrence?
Burrow.
You're taking Burrow? Okay. So whatever quarterback has the higher stat line, if Burrow has a higher stat line, you got to come on next week's pod dressed like the Tiger King. Got
He won't be
to.
here.
Got to. Let's go.
He won't
If
be here. He won't be here next week.
well, then
That's
you
right.
better
I'll be in
text
the
us
Cayman Islands next week.
even better because he's out in Florida, right? Like even better. So
That's true.
if you can make that happen, then text us the picture. Then
Just a picture.
we'll
That's
post
all
it.
I
Yeah,
want, the
just the
picture.
picture.
Show the
With-
Put that in our background.
we'll make Tesla Base put it at his background.
For the whole show. I like it.
I don't even know how to use the background. I'm just
What
gonna put a
happens if
picture
Joe
in.
Burrow has a better stat line?
If Joe Burrow has a better stat line, we'll have because a bunch of people. I've seen a bunch of memes where he's supposed to look like Anakin Skywalker, right? A young Anakin. Like, we'll have Tesla Mace dress up as Anakin.
Get him in the
and then
Tiger
and then you
picture.
have to put it as your background picture.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, like if I'm growing a Minshew stash for making the playoffs, we making this all out. I'm not about to be the only one. Here we go. What matchup are you taking, or what matchup is most intriguing for you guys week one? Here, I'll put them up on the board here. So you got Ravens
I'll take
Chiefs.
that Ravens Chiefs game personally.
Yeah, you think so? That one's gonna be pretty good.
I think so. I think
Mhm.
you know. I mean, Chiefs lost their first game last year, but I think that game means a lot to Baltimore. Even though they will run the ball probably a little bit more this game, hopefully,
Mhm.
with their new running back. But I think that game. I'll say that game.
We got the
I'll
Packers
go.
Eagles.
I'll go Packers Eagles. So you talk
Ooh.
about paying Jordan Love early. I think it was a little like I said before, it was a little premature, but so be it. He's got his money, but now you need to put up, right. And you're going to talk about going dead on into Philly week one. The Philly's got a new look. They're a new look Philly team, right? They're going to be excited. Everyone's fresh right now. So that young receiving core for the Packers needs to come really really hard against this really good Eagles defense. So and the Eagles have a high powered offense with Saquon Barkley coming in, Jahan Dotson adding another threat to the mix. So definitely going to be a really good game.
And was that Friday afternoon? We got Steelers, Falcons, Cardinals, Bills, Titans, Bears, Patriots, Bengals. Super Solar, which matchup are you looking forward to? Which game? Texans, Colts, Jaguars, and Dolphins. That might be a pretty good matchup. Panthers, Saints, Vikings, Giants. Bro, what about you? Raiders, Chargers, Broncos, Seahawks, Cowboys, Browns.
I want to see how the Lions do. I heard
Lions,
Lions are
Rams?
starting to pick it up, but it's going to be the last game of Sunday, so I'm kind of interested in what they do.
Sunday night game.
That's going to be a tough game for them.
That'll be a good game. Rams Lions for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see how Stroud does now that he's got past his rookie season. Everyone has tons of tape on him. I'll be interested to see him this season, if he's going to keep getting better, or what's going to happen with him.
Super Soul wants to see the Jets Niners.
Not the only one, my friend. Not the only one.
Rodgers
Jets,
versus
Niners.
Purdy.
I think CJ will be okay, and the only reason why I think CJ will be okay is that he's not going in with the exact same weapons. Like they added more weapons for him, right? It wasn't like, oh, we got the exact same squad. I'm like, they added, and it's not like they added rookie weapons. Like they added Diggs and Mixon,
Right. That's
right?
true.
Like guys that veterans,
Yep.
who could hold their own. Super Soul said it'd be interesting to see how the Niners O-line handles the Jets D-line. Super Soleil he made his living in the trenches.
I'll take Hassan Reddick sitting on the sidelines, though. I appreciate that.
I know. I don't think they paid him yet, right? They still haven't paid him?
Nope, they have not.
I think the ball is still in his court. I love it. He go in that Minshew
He needs
stash.
to get rid of Minshew and put Burrow.
It'll end up happening. I already see the wheels turning in Drew's head. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know what matchup I'm going to take.
I'm just happy for all of them, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see football back.
Right.
It'll be I kind of want to see what Harbaugh's doing over there with the Chargers. I know they're against the Raiders. I mean, two new coaches, completely different coaching styles. You know, just trying to. I'm interested to see what kind of product they put on the field. If I'm being completely honest, I mean, Harbaugh's pretty good on the offensive side. Antonio Pierce is known for his defense, right? Both struggle on the opposite side of the field. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Should be a low score game.
You think so? You think it'll be that low?
Yeah, I mean, neither team can score.
I don't know. I think the Raiders will be able to score against Chargers defense.
True, but who knows? I mean, Harbaugh's going to try to hold possession, run the ball a lot more, right?
He's definitely going to run the ball. I think it'll be a quicker game.
Yeah.
I think it'll be more running clock just because of the amount of. I mean, because same thing with Raiders, right? Raiders are going to run the ball.
I hope they throw it to Devontae Adams, though. That'd be real nice.
I'm okay either way. Whatever. I just want to see them win. Let's just win. Let's just win. So I mean, honestly, I don't know which matchup I would take. Maybe I'll take one of the fantasy matchups. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Me versus Stoddard, man. There it is.
I know. Didn't you? Or Stoddard got the best draft grade in
yeah.
in the entire league out of all 16 teams.
Okay, Stoddard is here and his family's not. So he was literally in front of the computer making every pick, educated without distractions. Andrew was at a dance recital. I was at SeaWorld playing basketball.
I was trying to go live, bro.
John was yelling. John was with his kids, probably getting them dinner or something.
I was
Mike,
too busy
we know
looking.
Mike was asleep, right? Like, little bro, we know he wasn't there the whole time. So
I'm proud of my D grade draft, man. I'm proud of that.
Dude, none of those grades matter.
I drafted two kickers and I got a better grade than you.
And a defense in the 4th round.
At church the other day, yesterday, Andrew was like, "Hey, at least you got the best defense." I'm like, "There is no good defense in the 4th round, Andrew." Like no, but you got. If there was one there, I was like, "Let me stop you." Like,
Drew, don't talk about kickers. Don't talk about 2 quarterbacks. And don't talk about defense to Mike, man. You don't want to hear none
sensitive about these drafts this year.
Look, if you get Allen, Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson, you get a tier 1 quarterback. Outside of that, there's a big tier 2. And that big tier 2 you don't need to get right away, right? I mean, we're arguing over Trevor Lawrence and Burrow. I mean, at the end of the day, they're probably going to be within each other, within 5 spots.
Similar
4
fantasy.
spots of each other. Fantasy, simply fantasy. They're going to be within 4 spots.
Even Burrow's projected fantasy points is pretty similar to like Tua or
So that's what I'm saying is why am I going to waste a 4th? The difference between Christian McCaffrey and the number 2 running back last year was 100 points.
Yep.
100 points. Like, that is such a big difference. So if you're going to get one of those top 3 quarterbacks, you're using them because you're giving up the opportunity to get one of those running backs or receivers that make much of a difference, especially when you only play one, right? One could argue, yeah, but I only play one. That position is more important. It's not. Like, I mean, I'd rather take 2 good running backs versus 1 good quarterback. Like it's just the
Except
way it
in
is.
round 14, there are no good running backs or
And-
good receivers.
And in round
Dude,
But
14,
Tua,
and in round 14, I just want everyone to know I got the lowest tiered second tiered quarterback in there at round 14. So I got the highest one in round 1, 2, 3, whatever we did, and then the lowest one at round 14, but it was still higher
I
than.
was
What
actually
did you
trying to
Mike?
get
Did
Stroud.
you get?
Somebody
got
took Stroud right before I
Aaron
could. I
Rodgers,
wanted
right?
him on my fantasy, but
A-Rob.
so I had to get Joe Burrow. But yeah, man. Who'd you get? Did you get Goff? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I got Goff.
oh, that was in a different draft.
Different
Oh,
draft.
I almost waited and just picked him up because I mean I was surprised he's sitting up there with a really high powered like offense. He's throwing like every play. Like I don't know. I think he'll be a decent fantasy quarterback. So
I agree.
Oh yeah, if you didn't have Patrick Mahomes, like he'd be a great quarterback for you to start every week. But I mean,
Yeah.
But
if you have,
even though I
he's
have
gonna be a
Patrick
great
Mahomes,
he's gonna be a
great to
great
sit on my
bench player
bench.
for
That's
you.
okay. 'Cause
Man,
I'm
you're gonna have
be
a
okay
really
with it.
solid bench player.
Yeah,
I will.
tiebreaker.
My
That's the
brother
only
told
reason
you
why I
that
picked him up.
if you guys end in
Tiebreaker.
a tie, if you end in a tie, you guys will definitely win the tiebreaker because it comes down to bench points.
Cool.
Yep.
Hey, you know
That
what though?
Perfect.
Like
If you have 2 or more ties this year, if each of you have 2 or more ties this year, I will take you out to dinner of your choosing.
Hey,
And
mark
that doesn't
this
count.
pod,
And that doesn't
baby.
count you.
Mark
That
this
doesn't count
pod.
you like tied on Sunday night
Mark
and then
this
sitting your
pod,
kicker.
baby.
That doesn't
Mark
count
it
like
up.
sitting your kicker on Monday night just to end in a tie.
Not a problem.
Doing it. Dude, he's just like,
9-2.
oh, we're tied. I'm just gonna sit everybody else.
I'm like, there's no way you just throw in the towel for that. Actually, if you do that, that's better because that gives me a better chance in the standings, and that league pays. So go ahead and do
Exactly.
that.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm
I'll
okay with my bench points. I'm okay with that. Yes, sir.
Mike's
That
influencing. You're influencing the league with money, Mike.
Don't
That's too
don't
funny.
tell him my ways. Two ties, and you guys get dinner.
He's
on
the
me.
next
Anywhere
NFL
you want.
commissioner over there.
I
Anywhere you
absolutely
want.
love it. I love it. Absolutely love it.
In the
Thank you for,
ESPN league, not the Yahoo league.
yeah, the ESPN league. Definitely. ESPN. Thank you for tuning in to Jam Pack Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode filled with us just making fun of each other's draft. Make sure you subscribe for more exciting content. Stay connected with us on social media. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Jam Pack Podcast. Click on that notification button so you can view us live. We're live every Monday, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until next time, keep cheering for your favorite teams, or you can cheer for your favorite fantasy team. That MK team is going to take the Super Bowl this year. What? Again. Remember, make sure you're taking care of one another. Be safe out there. We hope to see you guys next week.
Don't steal other people's quarterbacks. Later, boys.
We'll see you guys
Bye,
later.
guys.
Later, fellas.
Yeah.